Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. It's November and that means Thanksgiving is coming up, and one of our favorite parts about Thanksgiving by far is apple pie. So we thought, why not share with you our recipe for apple pie bars. In Danish, we call these Æblesnitter because they're very reminiscent of Æblesnitter, which you might know. They're very popular in Danish bakeries and they're basically raspberry bars. Our local baker in Denmark always used to make his Æblesnitter with a lattice topping, so we really like the way that looks. And then of course, when you add a nice spiced apple butter into it and some sliced apples, it just is completely reminiscent of apple pie, and the lattice topping I think is just the perfect decorative element. These are an adorable treat to make this fall, even if it's not for Thanksgiving. They're nice and crispy and they melt in your mouth, and the combination of flavors is just so unbelievable. So without further ado, let me show you how to make them. To start, we're going to make the filling. So this is apples, about 4 medium apples. The ones here in the UK are a bit small, so I'm probably going to do 6 just to make sure that I have enough. And then 100 grams of brown sugar. Our recipe says dark brown sugar. I have light brown. I'm going to use light brown, but you can use whatever you have. And then you need a blend of spices, which I'll put on the screen, and a tablespoon of lemon juice, vanilla extract, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and some salt. So we're just gonna get that going on the stove and cook down until it's nice and soft. In go the apples, brown sugar, spices, some salt, lemon juice, vanilla extract. Now I'm just gonna mix it up and let it cook over a medium heat. Now the apples are looking nice and soft, so we're gonna mash them. So I'd say this is a good consistency. I don't mind it a bit chunkier, but you could blend it if you want a really smooth apple filling. Let's get this into the fridge to cool. It looks so pretty. For the dough, I'm gonna do it in a food processor just to speed things up a little bit, but you can easily do it by hand. So what we're gonna do is add the flour, sugar, and salt into the food processor first, and then we add cold cubed butter. If you're doing this by hand, you need to crumble the butter into the flour with your fingers by doing this until it looks like sand. If you're doing it in the food processor, you just need to pulse it a few times until it looks like sand. And then we add an egg and some vanilla extract, which binds it together. Then it goes in the fridge to chill. So in goes the flour, then the powdered sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, which I'm just gonna guess. And then I'm just gonna pulse that to mix the dry ingredients together. And now our cold cubed butter goes in. You can see there's little bits of butter distributed throughout the dry ingredients. And we can add our wet ingredients. We need 1 egg and half a teaspoon of vanilla. That should be good. You don't want to overmix it or else you'll get a tough dough. Okay, let's wrap it in some cling film. And you can use the cling film to kind of bring it together if you still have any bits that are crumbly. I'm gonna flatten it out because then it's easier to roll out. And then just put it in the fridge. We're now going to make the apple slices that go on top. I'm gonna do 2 small apples or 1.5 medium to large apples. So I'm just gonna very carefully try not to cut myself while taking the core out of these apples. If you use a mandolin, of course, be very, very careful with the sharp blade. So I'll just keep my hand as flat as possible But as soon as I get down even close to the blade, I'm going to use this guard so that I'm not in danger of cutting my fingertip off. So now you have very thinly sliced apples. We're going to toss these with some lemon juice. That's a really hard and not juicy at all lemon. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar and a sprinkling of cinnamon. Let's just mix those. It's time to roll out our pastry. We only want about 2/3 of this right now, and then we'll save the final third of pastry for the lattice topping. So what I'm actually just going to do is cut off the edges to make it into a rectangle, because we want to roll our dough into a rectangle anyway. So starting from this shape is going to help us. There's a chance that that's a bit more than 1/3, but that's okay. So now we have this rectangle here. I'm going to put a bit of flour on it, just because as you roll it out and as the butter gets a bit softer while you're handling it, it might stick, and you just don't want it to stick too much. I actually just decided that I don't want to deal with having to get this off the board in one piece. So what I'm going to do is roll it out on the parchment paper I'll bake it on. That way I don't have to worry about it sticking anymore. It's about 1/4 inch thick. In places the edges are a little bit thinner, which naturally happens, but we're going to trim them anyway. And make sure you have the rest of your dough and you save that for the lattice on top. So what we're going to do is put this on a baking sheet and put it in the fridge while we work on the lattice topping. For the lattice, this always seems a lot more difficult than it actually is. Don't stress about this step. If it doesn't look perfect, it doesn't look perfect, but just watch what I do step by step and hopefully you can recreate it. Lightly, that's gonna stick. Okay. Well, don't be like me and flour your surface. I'm just gonna probably re-roll this. BRB. Okay, we're back. I did a much better job on this one. I've actually decided I think I'm gonna cut long strips, because then I can cut them in half for the short strips. I'm just gonna go for it. They don't have to be perfect. Okay, I'm crouching down to explain. This is looking so good. It's our base. So we have our apple filling that we made earlier that we're gonna put on this. Then we have the apple slices that we sliced thinly, and we're gonna layer those so it looks really nice. And then we use the lattice, the strips to make a lattice. And then it just goes in the oven and bakes. So let's do it. It's lattice time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by laying down the short strips across. And I'm just gonna trim anywhere. And the reason we start by laying down the short strips is because we need to lift them up to then put the long strips down. And you don't want to have to deal with lifting and moving the long strips once they're down. So that's kind of the reason why we're starting with these ones. I need to move this up. So you want to fit about 6, 1, 2, 3, about 6 short strips. And trim that. So now we're going to put the long strips down. We're going to put 4 down. But what you need to think is this top strip on the first one, we want the long strip to go under, over, under, over, under, over, which means any of the ones that needs to go under, we need to pull them back. So 1, 2, and if your dough breaks a little bit, don't worry too much, honestly. You can patch it up. And then we want to grab a long strip. Oh, perfect length. And try and space it out. So you want 4, so like that. And then we'll just put them back where they were. And that one. And now for the next one, you want to alternate that. So if this one's under, you want it to go over, under, over, under, over, under, which means we're pulling back the other ones this time. So we'll pull back that one, and that one, and that one. And put a long strip down. I hope this is long enough. Just about. I'll flip these back over. And obviously it's not great to be handling the dough, but you have to do that for this decoration. So just kind of touch it as little as you possibly can. Perfect. So what I'm gonna do is use my extra strips to line the edges. So just like that. Okay, we're on a bigger baking sheet now, so there's a little bit more room to work. Take the extra bits that you have and line the edges. Oh, okay, well, that decided to break on me. But just patch it up with another strip. I promise you, when it's baked, it'll still look really, really good. Perfect. And it bakes for about 15 minutes. These just look so unbelievably good. They look very delicious, but also really cute. I love the topping. It just reminds me of Æblesnitter, but also apple pie. So it's really just the perfect combination of like our Danish and our American side. And the only thing I think that could make these a bit nicer is if you brush them with an egg wash or sprinkle them with sugar. I do like them plain like this because you can decorate with like powdered sugar or an icing. Or you could serve them warm with like ice cream or whipped cream. So depending on like what you're using them for, I think you can determine yourself what you want, how you want to decorate them. But I think an egg wash before they go in the oven and a sprinkle of some sugar would also be very good. So there's a little extra tip, but I'm gonna try one now. Wow, I love how it's not too sweet. Like I feel like the pastry is just the right amount of buttery and sweet, and then the apple filling has a bit of tartness to it, but it's still sweet and you can taste all those spices. It just tastes like fall. It tastes like apple pie, but actually with more spices than that too. And the apple comes through, obviously. Wow, that's really good. This would be so good with ice cream, so now I'm thinking about that. Warmed up with ice cream, definitely try that. I hope you enjoyed this video and give these a try. The lattice looks so complicated, but if you watch this video, hopefully you saw that it's really not, and you can apply that to, you know, other pies or bars that you make. Happy November, happy fall baking, and thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, give this video a like, and let us know in the comments if you want to try these. And on that note, I'll see you for the next video. Bye!